Hi everyone and welcome back to another video with me Shruti Vashisht. You're watching Living Our Ascension. So today we are in the mountains. I've come here on a trip. I spoke about that in my previous video. This is my balcony, the guest house that I'm staying at, and there's a really fantastic view, even though you can't really see my face and the view at the same time. So in just a bit I will show you just the view so that you get a sense of what it looks like. I won't be here tomorrow. I'm shifting to another place. So I thought that it was the right time, even though it's really cold today and the sun isn't out much, but I wanted to film this video here for that reason. So in this video I'm going to be speaking about the I am presence and the I am wisdom, and because the I am wisdom is our God self. The I am is our God self, and the wisdom that comes through the I am is very pure. It's at these higher light levels. But today I want to also speak to you how it is a little bit different from soul wisdom, just basically what the difference is, and it'll help you to discern when messages come through other people, especially because in relationships we get so tangled up. We're attracted to people, we want them to like us, and all of that happens. So what is authentic to you? When do we know that the messages coming through others are meant for us, they are spirit wisdom, and when others are projecting, let's say, what all of that means, and just all of that. So if you want to hear what I have to say about that, keep watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to watch more like this. Subscribe if you're new here, and check out my website, which has personal services to work with me to really accelerate your ascension and come into your self-mastery. The link will be below this video. I have different services through Skype, through channeling, and I record voice messages. I channel messages for you. There's also soul portraits and just different kinds of things. Check them all out below this video. Okay guys, so this is the view from the place that I'm staying at, and the name of this place is Mid Orchard Cottage. It's in Nagar, this place in Himachal Pradesh. It's near Manali and Kulu, that region basically. And you can see the view from my balcony. The guest house I'm staying at is really pretty. I'll just go up and show you what it looks like here. And that's a little hill. This is the balcony. It's pretty long. There's another room there. This one is my room, the one right here. And whoops, there's actually like snow back there. I don't think you can see it. This camera won't be able to show you, but it's right in the center, just between the tree and the mountain. There's a snow-clad mountain in the distance. I think you can see just a little bit of it now. So that's the side of Manali. We were there yesterday in that region, and I made a video, and at the end there's clips, the video that I put up before this, I think. So it's a really nice place, and I've been having fun here. So the I am presence, like I mentioned, is basically our God self. It's when we are born from source, because source is all that is, and of course initially when you began you were a part of that. You still are a part of that, but there was a birth that happened when you became an individualized essence, and that is what the I am presence is. It's that first time that a spark of life knows itself as existing as an individual form of life, something that is individual, that can have an individual experience. So that is why the name is I am, and we don't give it any other name as such, because it's that pure. It's just I am without any association with it. So the wisdom that comes through our I am presence is very pure. It's at a very the higher level. It's almost like receiving it directly from source itself. And the wisdom of the I am flows mainly through our own inner knowing. We have to ground a certain level of mastery first. It begins with the grounding of the soul, which is the first significant level, and then after that it goes on to the grounding of the higher self in the body, the 8th dimensional level, and then moving on to the 11th dimensional level, which is the I am presence. So it's these different levels of our self that we ground. Again, I'm so sorry about the drill, but it's actually evening, and if I don't film now, then this view, I won't be able to film with the view. And it's the last day that I'm here in this guest house. I'll be shifting soon. So as I was saying, the I am presence is basically a very pure form of wisdom that we receive from our God self. It's almost like our God self is receiving directly from source itself, from the creator of all, through whom the divine order is laid out, through whom everything happens within creation. So this level of landing in the body, or grounding in the body, is a very powerful, it's related to power basically. So it's a very powerful state of being, and many of us, not many of us, but some of us actually have grounded that in our bodies, and we're living it. This is the full mastery potential that we have. But what happens is that along our path we also meet other souls, and they will all have different perspectives, and they will have sometimes they'll have wisdom for us that is right for us, because the I am flows not only through, like when you're meditating and then suddenly something hits you, or like through your own inner knowing, like a moment of realization. It's not only that, it's also through life, through the experiences that you have, the things that you realize, the messages that come to you, that flow to you. And when we're grounded in the I am, we can feel when it's authentic and when it's not, when something is grounded. Anything else that comes through just further sort of eliminates those things that we were still a little bit wondering. We were still wondering, is this a possibility, is that not right for me? And then it's kind of like we get to say no, this is not it, and then it makes us more focused in on what our path is, or what our guidance is. So that is how it serves. And sometimes people will bring us messages that are, let me give you an example. For example, if you look at my website, I have services to channel portraits, these cosmic portraits, galactic portraits, soul portraits. So other people can bring through wisdom for you, like soul codes, this higher masculine wisdom that is there of the I am. Especially when we are connected and the intention is right, and we are connected to our own I am presence, then we work through spirit in such a way that it's almost like the higher self of the other person, the I am of the other person, the guides of the other person will be working through spirit to deliver a message through us. So it's not so much that the person channeling themselves as the human being knows your soul codes, but we just tap into spirit wisdom, and whatever wants to come through, we basically just become a channel for it, a pure channel. So that is the concept, of channeling wisdom for others, or channeling soul codes for others. But at the same time, there is an aspect of that even after you receive pure guidance from someone else, it's your higher self is your own unique wisdom. So it's like, there's different levels. Like this is the I am at the 11th dimensional level. Then we have the higher self at the 8th dimensional level, which then diverts or divulges, or what's that, like branches out into the souls as well, the soul group. So at that level of the higher self, which contains your soul and twin soul, this is your own unique trinity. You see, it's very, very unique to you because it's trickled down from that higher level. So when this I am wisdom comes through, you also discern it, you experience it in your own life, you feel it as your own. If it feels authentic to you, then you apply it, and this becomes your own wisdom that can only be experienced by you. So the more physical form of it is something that only you will know. This is the point that I want to bring home today, and it's important because it's like even if, let's say, I channel a portrait for someone and I tell them that what I received is that they their soul, or a part of their soul, an aspect of theirs, let's put it this way, it's more accurate that way. So one of their multi-dimensional aspects has this fairy energy, for example, and I bring through some codes that come through the rays, and like the yellow ray is all about joy, the pink ray is all about love. So I bring through certain codes, but how that looks in the physical, this is something that is only available to the soul that actually embodies this, that actually is that soul. So don't be careful of this when you're ordering services from people or just friends that are on the spiritual path, and they're telling you this is who you are, or that is your energy, or this is what you should do, this is the kind of work that you should do, this is the kind of spirituality you should practice, or this is the kind of creativity, what you should create. If you're a artist, you should do it like this and not like that, or a musician, whatever it is. So be careful of this, because this is something, I feel in my experience most of the time will be revealed to you, because the more physical parts of light come through when we act first. So it's logical that it will be revealed to the person who is doing it physically for the most part. The higher light codes is perhaps something we can recognize when we are connected to source at a certain level. It's revealed to us. But the more physical part of it, because that human embodies it, so they are experiencing the physical more than others. The light levels are more expansive, it's like where all is one sort of a thing. So that physical aspect of recognizing what your mission is, or even who your person is. So for example, if somebody's telling you that this person is your beloved, or this person is your twin flame, or whatever it is, perhaps somebody can channel again certain codes about your soul, which also reveal something about your twin soul, how it is, the energy of it, the essence of it rather. But again, the more physical, like who it is, that is something that is for the person themselves to experience. Like, can you imagine what life would be like if we were just told that this is it, this is your partner for life, when we're born or something? It would be a very different reality. We are here not to experience a reality like that, where we come with this all-knowingness. That's not the point of this. It might be a very attractive quality, but it's not the point of being incarnated on earth. You see, the point is to experience, the point is to go through that experience where we are so living so freely and spontaneously that we are so one with this moment right here, that we're in tune with what is going on in our higher heart. And through that, each moment unfolds as a surprise, and each moment is juicy, and each moment we get to make choices. So if we have all experienced, most of us have had that experience of falling in love for the first time. We meet someone and it's like, magic, or there's something inside of us that gives us this feeling of being grander than we know ourselves to be, as just one body. And that is the experience of our trinity, that higher self and twin soul nature and us. So that feeling of magic, like anything is possible, like you want to create something bigger with this person, bigger than just you. There's a sense of purpose and belonging, with this person. So that is something that is only experienced by that soul themselves. Can you imagine, like, to take away that experience from you? So I know that many of us, we fall into this trap of just wanting to know everything at the masculine level, the higher masculine, where the codes come through. But there's also this feminine side, which is about experience, that once you know what those light codes are, how to live it, what it looks like in the physical, how it's embodied, what it feels like in the body. The feminine is about experiencing. It's about experiencing juiciness. It's about knowing where your truth is, what your authenticity is. But right after that, can you allow it to flow through your body, and just how wonderful, how sensual that feels. So whether it's somebody trying to tell you who your twin flame is or isn't, or your beloved, your person, whatever you want to call this, or if it's somebody trying to tell you what your mission is, and especially at a very, very specific in a physical way, that this is the kind of art you should be practicing. That is something that is known to you, that is revealed to you. Even most of us are not just born knowing it. Sometimes it is the case, but most of the time, for most things in life, I'm just giving you two examples of like the beloved and your main life mission, but there's so many things about you, right? So if everything was just known to you, it wouldn't be as fun. So those things, the specifics of it are revealed when we take one step first. For example, if I want to become an artist, or a dancer, let's say, I am attracted to a certain form of dance or a certain dancer, and that's what draws me in first. Then let's say I start taking some lessons, or I start dancing myself, I start experimenting, and it flows through me, the music flows through me uniquely in my own way. Then I discover, well, I know how to, break dance, but I do it in this way. This is my specifically for me. So no master, nobody can tell you that. Like imagine like the best dancers in the world, like when they were young, and let's say they had like a teacher, you know, who was very good. They can train them and give them the best of the skills that they know themselves. But at the same time, how that dancer, that child dancer, uniquely expresses themselves, what their style is, how the music flows through them, how it's expressed, the most authentic way that can come about, the teacher can never guess that, you see, just by looking at the student. That is something that only the student can know. When they allow themselves to be free, when they are at that stage where they know through this more masculine learned thing, you know, where there's knowledge that is available, or, you know, techniques or whatever it might be, the knowledge that they're getting from the master, from their teacher. But after that, it's about embodying it. It's about allowing the flow to move through their body, and that is what reveals, you know, takes them one step further. Then they realize this is my form of dance. Then they experiment more with that. Then something else expands, you see. So this is how it is. Please apply to everything in life, and we're not supposed to just take blindly, you know, messages from other people, and often this can happen, you know, because we're all human. We're all going through the experience of coming into our mastery. So it's like if I am able to intuitively, or, you know, through spirit, get some wisdom, I might think that I know better than other people, and I tell them. Even, you know, sometimes it's different, that sometimes some people are really off, they're not living their authentic truth, and it's very, very visible and very you know, everybody else can see it, let's put it like this. So then, as a friend, or as a someone who cares about that person, you might very lovingly mention it to them. So I'm not saying that. I also don't like this culture of just being politically correct and, you know, just saying you do you and that's it, you know, never having an opinion. That's not how it goes. We are supposed to have our opinion, but at the same time be loving and embracing of people, no matter what they are choosing. That is what love is. So yeah, I hope that this video helped you to get some more insights into what the I am is, and then, you know, through the I am, what the higher self wisdom also is, your own trinity, your own soul. There is this soul wisdom that is there that only you can know, because it's a little bit more physical, it's a little bit more embodied. So please don't sort of poo-poo that, you know, because spiritual people have a tendency to do this. They'll value the light levels, but they won't value as much what the physical is. I know the light can be very attractive, and people speaking about these light codes and bringing them through and saying you are powerful, you are this sort of a soul, or whatever it is. Just take it, feel how it feels in your body, and allow it to flow through. It will authentically flow through. What is you will always authentically flow through. Even if you are trying something that is not you uniquely, that is not you authentically, while you are doing that, if you are just free flowing, eventually what is authentic will find flow. You see, because the intention is there to just allow, and not to hold on to this ego, or to this that I want power, or I want to be a certain way, you see, and then just trying to force that somehow, or trying to project it somehow. So I hope that this video was helpful in, again, discerning what I am wisdom is, and how the higher self wisdom is also important, the soul wisdom is also important. You know, the more physical aspects are equally sacred, and actually this is becoming so super important the more physically embodied we are, because then we tend to focus more on the physical things. You see, we're expanding there. Our focus is no more just gathering light codes and living up in the skies. It's also about embodying it. It's sometimes the focus becomes more about living it in the physical, expanding it in the physical, interacting with others, and the sharing becomes at a more physical level as well. It's not just at the light level where you're exchanging you know, these spiritual higher minded topics, but it's about you're actually living it. You know, you're actually practicing that. Your creativity is about that, or your essence itself is about that. The way you're living, your values, how you're choosing to live life is about that. And then people will be curious, they will want to know. At the same time, you will want to know through them, you know, how they live their life. That will give you feedback. Again, it will narrow down your path. It will show you that if you don't agree with something completely, like their values are completely different, it will show you, it will further strengthen you in what you already know. You see, it'll bring you at an even more practical level, that even here, even when things get this way, still what I have been doing, yes, it feels right. You see, even in this situation, it feels authentic to me. Or it'll show you that, well, there's something else also there, there's this another perspective, and perhaps that you can expand, you can allow that in to move through your body, uniquely flow the way that it wants to, that is right for you. And then that opens up a new side of you, a new multi-dimensional side of you and talents. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions, if any of this was confusing, or you have had any experiences with this, with people, you or other people telling you, because you know, it could be us also, something that didn't feel authentic, you know, and how you knew, how did you know? Let us know in the comments below if you've had that, so that, you know, we can also hear, we get these codes of what is authentic and what is not, and how to discern that. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I'll leave you with a little bit more of the view. I'll be making more videos on the Pleiadian Gateway and anything else that comes through, and I'll see you next time.